Yo, tonight, Neeves and Ives Live, 7:30 p.m. We're doing Nictionary, basically Knife Pictionary. So if you guys want to join us, we'll be doing other things too, but it should be an entertainment time. So if you guys want to join us tonight for the live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time every Wednesday and Saturday. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Bang, Neeves and Ives. I'm Jared, my lovely wife Kara is at work, and today I am doing a tag video from Professoredc. I am going to link his channel down in the description. He has a Spanish/English channel, which is really cool because there's not many of those in the EDC communities, at least not that I know of. So that's pretty awesome. So the tag is, what knife defines you the most? Now, in his video, he didn't actually shout me out or tag me in the video, but he did contact me afterwards on Instagram and asked me if I wanted to do this, and of course I want to. This is an awesome tag. What knife defines you the most? And you know, if you guys want to join, why don't you, down in the description, let me know what you do or what knife defines you the most, based on you or based on something about yourself. I'd love to know what knife you guys think defines you. I am gonna give a disclaimer right now. You might not be happy at the end of this video, but don't jump forward because it won't make sense unless if you follow along. So and regardless of what you do, right, like, you could be a daycare person, right? Somebody who does daycare, and that means you have patience and you're good with people. So I mean, don't downplay yourself. I mean, you could be a computer tech, and that means that yeah, you have more patience than me. You're a better person than me, because that stuff just frustrates me, and I like to think of myself as a very patient man. So I mean, there's a lot of strengths in the things that you do. Even pizza delivery man. I mean, you're fast. You know, you got precision. So, you know, don't downplay you know, anything. Let's hear it. Let's hear what knife defines you. So when I think about myself, I try to go back you know, through the things that I've done, and I grew up from my childhood. I was basically born and raised on the construction site. All my uncles had construction businesses. My dad had a construction business, and I grew up my entire life on the construction site, doing every type of construction you can imagine, from concrete to carpentry, siding, windows and gutters, roofing, landscaping, you name it, I've done it in construction. So I have a huge background in construction. So I try to think of myself as, you know, like with the, I guess when I think about that with a knife, I try to think of, like, you know, like a tool. You know, I like to think of knives as a tool, which they are a tool, but even more so of a tool, maybe like a strong build quality and stuff. And I've been through a lot of crazy scenarios in construction and in life. So I try to think of myself as pretty versatile and really good under pressure. Now, I also was in healthcare for a couple years, and then I worked in a nursing home for a couple years, and my dad on the job site got hit by a backhoe, wound up paralyzed. I'll pick some of these knives up as I'm talking, I'm sorry. But he wound up paralyzed, almost a quadriplegic. He was a paraplegic. So basically he was crippled from the nipples down, and I had to take care of him till the day he died. And he lived about 13 years after getting hit by the backhoe. And that was really rough. I mean, my dad was a crazy man. I mean, not like crazy in like mental, like, type of way. Hope nobody takes that the wrong way, but like crazy, like as in you never knew what was next. He was a bit of a gangster. He got hurt a lot. He did lots of crazy stuff, and very funny, and lots of great memories with them, and all. I mean, you never knew what was going to happen next with my dad. I mean, just a wild one. And so I had to take care of his sores, do surgeries on him. And being his son, I had to do, a bit more than what anybody would do, like in a nursing home for somebody. Especially because he would refuse to go to the hospital and stuff like that, even though he did have to spend a lot of time in the hospital. And then also, I went to school for dog training, for animal psychology. And I love animals. I've had so many animals in my life, so many. I couldn't even tell you how many. Exotic animals, all different kinds. And I love training dogs. I did it. I've done it for a long time, and I still, even now, take on side jobs training people's dogs. I actually just did one recently, 2 dogs. And yeah, so, and then even though I was raised in a poor neighborhood, mostly Section 8, bad neighborhood, my grandma had a farm. So I grew up on a farm too. On the weekends, I went and worked on the farm, taking care of the livestock, and there's a lot of work to be done on a farm. So so I did that, and then I hunted. In my childhood, hunting was a huge thing for me. Bow hunting and gun hunting, or firearm hunting. So that was a massive part of me growing up. And then fighting. I was in martial arts until my dad got hurt. So basically till I was 17, 18 years old. And like my dream was to be in the UFC. And I know that's that's a little far-fetched, but that was my dream. And that's what I wanted to do. So I trained MMA until then. And then even after, but after my dad got hurt, doing construction and taking care of him and all the other jobs that I had to do, just, it kind of, it kind of put it on the back burner, and I love exercising. I love fitness. I just love stuff like that. I always have. So that's kind of a huge part of who I am. People. I love people. I've always, my family's really big. I have a huge, massive family. And I still even find out that family that I have still today, how I just found out about a new sister, just last year. Not even. I don't even think it's been a year yet. The new nephew I have. So lots of cousins, lots of uncles. Just huge family. So I've always had I guess a lot of people around me and a lot of hard workers, and, always did all different kinds of stuff. So, I like to think of myself as being very versatile. So when I try to, and also another thing, I'm born in the United States. So whatever knife that's going to define me is going to have to be made in the USA. So that takes out a lot of these knives right now. Right. And, yeah. So, but let me break it down. So with construction and stuff like that, and being good under pressure, at least that's the way I define myself, and even if you're saying man, you're really putting yourself on a pedestal, maybe, but this is my mind. This is, me defining myself. So I do like to think of myself as being really good under pressure. So I was trying to think of what locking mechanism is really good under pressure. And I thought about the triad lock. Oh yeah, the triad lock, strongest locking mechanism ever. I don't have a triad lock, so I can't use that because I don't have one. I have a couple back locks, but I don't have any triad locks. And then I thought, I've had a lot of injuries, right? I've had tons of injuries, doing construction and just all kinds of other stuff. Being stupid and reckless. So I thought about, what about the axis lock? The Omega springs break on them, and then you just throw some new ones in there and they're back to new. But yeah, so I kind of thought about it like that. But no, I think I would be a titanium frame lock. I really like micarta, so maybe something with micarta on it, but it couldn't be a liner lock. So this one definitely would be out, but maybe the micarta, on titanium or something like that. I'm definitely not a carbon fiber. I love carbon fiber. I love it as a knife material, but me personally, even though I kind of think of race cars when I think about it, and I do have family in racing. I grew up racing dirt bikes and stuff like that. But I don't think of it as me. You know, when I think of carbon fiber, I think I'm more of a micarta type of person. And then I think I'm more of a frame lock type of person. And then, so I don't have very many titanium frame lock USA made knives. I only have a few. Here's the one right here. And that definitely would not be me. But I have a couple other ones, but not many. So I don't really have a knife that defines me, but I will break it down basically what it would look like. It would have to be a blade shape. Something like one of these. Because I feel like I'm more of a drop point sheep's foot, because that's what, you know, the drop point blade shape was for, you know, like like for EDC, basically, for, you know, tasks you don't know what you're going to get into. So it's versatile. It's something that's made for a generalized thing. Like it can do anything, and not anything perfect, but it could do everything well, at least, like a jack of all trades type thing. And I think of myself as a jack of all trades. So, you know, it would definitely be a drop point knife, a titanium frame lock, possibly with some micarta, but it would have to have strong build quality. T6s, get out of here. I would definitely not have a T6 on me. For sure no T6s, because I'm in construction, so the build quality has to be there. Has to be there. So, and that's at the littlest. I mean, you can throw T10s on or T20s. I'm loving it, but not no T6s. So, basically, to break it all down, I don't have a knife that defines me the most. But if you wanted to think about a knife like I just generalized, that's what it would look like. It would have a drop point or sheep's foot blade. It would be a titanium frame lock with or without micarta. It could just be raw titanium, because I kind of like the idea of just raw titanium, but I do like the idea of micarta too. Strong build quality, heavy duty build quality, great ergos, good in lots of different ways. So like it'd be comfortable on the construction site and comfortable doing light duty tasks too. It'd have to be a precision cutter. It'd have to be good, good blade geometry. And I say that because because I want it to be. No, it'd have to have a strong spine though. Even though it's a precision cutter, I need it to have a strong spine. I need it to be strong. Let me know down in the comments what knife defines you and why. What you've done, maybe some experiences that defines you as a person, and why that knife represents that. I love you guys. Peace.